Every person has a story, and that story sometimes is not what people expect. I was born in apartheid South Africa. In 1976, there was a riot on the streets of Soweto where children were being mowed down by South African police because they protested against an oppressive regime that mandated that every child speak Afrikaans. More than 400 young children on the streets of Soweto, South Africa, lost their lives that day. I was only 3 years of age. My father said, if a nation will kill its own children, what future does it have? He was an activist, he was strong-minded, and believed that every child should have a future. So we migrated to Australia. We got to Sydney, Australia in '81. A global recession hits the world. My father can't find employment and struggles just to make ends meet by washing cars. We're standing on the street corner and a lady walked past and says, "The Salvation Army can help you." My father and mother had not heard about the Salvation Army. We walked to our local Salvation Army, and the captain of the Salvation Army was so incredibly helpful. My father said, "There's Christianity with the sleeves rolled up." Then time goes on. And before long, you forget about what it did and how important it was, and you get on with life. And then once again, another tragedy hits. In a small rural community in Port Arthur, Tasmania, on April the 28th, 1996. 35 people are gunned down by a mentally impacted young man named Martin Bryant. My father could hear what seemed and sounded like gunfire. He looked up, he saw Martin Bryant entering the Broad Arrow Cafe on that Sunday, April 28th. He rushed and he threw my mother out of the cafe, and my father re-entered the cafe and made a beeline to disarm Martin Bryant that day. And in his attempt, was fatally shot. Our hearts were broken. Our spirits were crushed. My father was like the pillar of our family. He was the foundation stone. He was the one that gave us confidence. He gave us courage. He was the one that brought us from apartheid South Africa to Australia for a new life, a new beginning, and a new hope. And as a young man, I'm facing a different challenge. Life without the pillar of our family. That was a hard day. That was a tough day. But on that day, once again, the Salvation Army was there. They embraced us. They loved us. They ministered to us when we were broken and had nothing. The Salvation Army helped us move forward from that day. I suppose all of those things had factored into why I wear the uniform I do today, and why I'm motivated and committed to serving people in every community that God places me in, because everyone matters. And if the Salvation Army can roll up its sleeves and show that type of Christianity, well, that's the Christianity I want to show to my community, to those in need today.